very first meet and greet at WeebCon yesterday. Was anyone there? Actually, it's Saturday. The con is still going, so anyone who went is definitely not watching the stream right now. I was pretty nervous going into the meet and greets, and then I very quickly realized that everyone at the meet and greets is actually more nervous than the person they're going to say hi to, and that calmed me down immensely because it made me realize, you guys aren't shit. some of you had to write your roasts onto your phone. Like, I was watching you literally reading off your notes app on your phones to be able to make fun of me. You wrote your jokes out in advance. Couldn't be me. Someone brought a literal 2x4 to my meet and greet. They brought a whole 2x4 plank from their home state to Texas just for WeebCon, and they went around finding my viewers and getting them to sign the plank in preparation to see me. You mean a YUY body pillow? Okay, I'm not gonna exaggerate either, okay? He brought a 2x4, but the 2x4 wasn't like a 10-foot long 2x4. It was like a small chunk of a 2x4, okay? If I was actually a 2x4, I would be 5'8". Anywho, yeah, like I was saying, you guys weren't shit. I saw you reading off your phones. I'm authentic, baby. I come up with everything on the spot. You could never be me. But at the same time, I thought people would be there to maybe be nice to me because they would be too nervous. But unfortunately, that was not the case. Everyone was still really mean to me. Even though they were scared. Like, I cannot emphasize enough how embarrassing it is for me to have the moderator, who is also the COO of WeebCon, listening to me screaming and crying the entire time because everyone starts off complimenting me and then halfway through they transition to the bit that they planned for like 4 weeks. I did not receive compliments that were not backhanded in one way or the other. I got a lot of useful feedback as well during my meet and greets. A lot of people came up to say that they enjoyed the collabs, and a lot of people came up to say that they enjoyed the cooking stream. Do you have any idea the level of audacity you have to compliment me on my cooking streams and then proceed to go on your phone and scroll to a bit about me being flat and a board and small and tiny? The audacity is unbelievable. Literally, you have your whole face up there. I'm staring at you. You compliment me on my camera content, and then you're like, you know, if I was a woman, I would hope that to God I didn't come out looking like you. Like just say you can't be honest with yourself. Just say you can't be honest with yourself. You just can't do it. You can't. You literally cannot compliment someone else without like being a little bit tsundere. You're just cooked. Anywho, can you? Absolutely. I was so nice, okay? Especially when I saw that people were nervous. I'm dead ass. Like, I'm very, very good at one-on-ones. I know it doesn't come off that way because all you guys see is me talking to all of you and all of you are very mean, but I actually excel at one-on-ones. One-on-ones are my thing, okay? And when people were nervous, I felt myself literally go into nurse mode. Like, I was just like, yeah, no, of course, go for it. Like, how are you doing? Like, oh, did you, like, how's the con? Like, how are you? All that silly stuff. I was so nice. I was so nice. Outside of the parts where I threatened to like kill a couple of people, I also had terrible connection during my hour of the meet and greet. It was really, really funny. I don't know if anyone else had the same problem going into it, but my station specifically, I think the Wi-Fi cut out for like a good like 10 to 15 minutes. It was really unfortunate, but like I've heard things about con Wi-Fi, so it's totally okay. Yeah, but my mod was really, really nice to me, and he was also really, really funny. Like we had never talked before. We had only met when it was like, well, we had only talked in the VC when it was, time for the meet and greet. And like it went from us being like very like cordial, like but also friendly, like, hey, yeah, let's do this. My scene is ready. I'm ready to go. I'm really excited. Let's get this done. Is everything okay on your end? And then by the end of the meet and greet, simply because of the way that you guys talked to me, that man who had been overseeing the way that I was spoken to for an entire hour was at the point where he was just like, man, your fans are kind of they're kind of mean. This was him like halfway through. He's like, your fans are kind of mean. And then by the end, like by the like 65-minute mark, he was like, man, your fans are really funny. Oh my god. It just converts everybody. And you know what the funniest part of all of this is? At the very beginning, obviously they talk to you a little bit about safety protocols, and they're like, do you want to set up like a safety toggle or like a safe word in case someone makes you uncomfortable, and then I'll step in and I'll cut it off? I said, no, I don't need any of that. If I'm uncomfortable, I'll tell you. And he was like, are you sure? Like, are you certain? Like, are you like... I was like, yeah, I can do it. I'm weathered. And, with the way that you guys talk to me, I have to be the one to call the shots if someone goes too far, because the average person would not be able to tell. Anyway, I just thought it was so funny that like after the shell shock, like no, after the shock wore off for him on like how brutal you guys were being to me, afterwards he was like, man, your fans are so funny. They're so funny. And he was like, yeah, like this was a lot of fun. We would love to have you again in the future. I was like, damn, man, you really, like, after an hour of that, you want more of this? You want more of all this? I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm totally kidding. I would totally do it again. It's like the only opportunity that exists for you to like be in the same place as other people who have this very niche, identical interest to you. And it's just rowdy and rambunctious, and there's so many people there. And even if you don't watch the same VTuber, you're also surrounded by like literally like hundreds, probably overall thousands of other people who have the exact same interest. It's so cool. Like the fact that like like I'm talking to each person one-on-one, but in the background I can literally see everyone. Your flatness and shortness inspires me. I also did not know what my actual setup looked like. They put me on a gigantic screen on a huge like stand, so I was very, very tall, and the camera that I used to see everyone and the con was on top of all of that. So I was very, very high up. But even then, a lot of you guys hype mocked me. Like, that really blew my mind. Like, I was that high up. I didn't even realize it. I just assumed everyone was a little bit short. And then I actually saw the photos afterwards that people had taken with me. Oh my god, you guys are tall. Literally, getting hype mogged by 6'3" VTuber watchers. Like, I need to die. Like, what is my life? Why are Americans so big? There was this one gentleman who came up and gave me a bunch of compliments and ended it with the very backhanded comment that he appreciates that I am flat. And I was like, oh my god, here we go. Like, why do you appreciate that I'm flat? What bit did you prepare? and he did not have a bit prepared. It's because he's part of the army and he's been watching VTubers for a long time, he told me, and he was caught at work in patrol, like on his main 32-inch monitor, watching a VTuber with gigantic bahangas, and he got caught by a coworker who accused him of, watching, So now he only watches VTubers with flat chests. That was so funny to me. I cannot believe that is real. He said it with such sincerity that I believe him. I thought he would have some insane bit, but like at that point I get it, man. Someone who's been through something like that, you're allowed to call me flat. It's okay. It's okay. I get it. I haven't been through anything like that, and I wouldn't want to. So you can call me that. It's fine. Everyone was honestly like very, very nice to me. I was really worried that with the meet and greets I would like accidentally make certain interactions awkward, and I think the Wi-Fi issues caused that a little bit. I think some people definitely had it worse than others in terms of when the connection issues hit, but overall, like, everyone was really well spoken and nice and funny, and I had a really great time. It was just it was just a whale of a time. And I was also I have to say I was also really, really surprised with the turnout. I was genuinely expecting like 15 people to show up. I was not really expecting to both show up. Like, we started early and then we went like 15, like 10 to 15 minutes like overtime. I really, really wasn't expecting that kind of a turnout. I thought it would just be like really like cool and chill, and there wouldn't be a lot of people, so I could really take my time with each person. But no, like, we actually had to, the mod was very, very kind, and he actually like made sure that each person got their like 90 seconds, and then we had to immediately move on because there was like an actual like group of people waiting. I wasn't expecting that. I don't know how to describe it, but I know it should actually be the opposite of this, but I felt like it was quite humbling because it really like hones in on the fact that every one of those people there is a real person who like shows up and like devotes their time and energy to their hobbies and the things that and the people that they enjoy. And that is very, very like, that is so cool. That made me really like realize once again how much of an honor it is to do what I do and how grateful I want to be for it. It's just so cool. It's so cool. Like, there were people from like all sorts of different appearances who appeared to be from like all different walks of life. I asked a lot of people where they were from, how long they had been around, what their names were, everything, and like everyone was just from all over the place. I felt really, really humbled by it all. It also reminded me, because I go out like a couple days of the week. Literally, I leave my house like 2 days a week besides the walks that I take my dog on. And it also reminded me that, I'm just a little guy too. But yeah, that's my tangent about that. It was a very, very, very fun experience. I would absolutely do it again.